Hey guys, Professor Bill Comic Book University and Quincredible, issue number 1. This is a weird comic book, and I liked it. Let's get talking about it. Love Jones and Headphones, written by Rodney Barnes, illustrated by Selena Espiritu, I tried. Color by Kelly Fitzpatrick, letters by A.W.'s Tom Napolitano, cover by Michelle Wong. All right, Rodney Barnes, I remember him. I think, you know what? Wow, I was trying to think like where I know him from. I don't like to look stuff up before I do the videos, but all of a sudden I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, didn't he actually just do the Falcon, by Marvel? I think he just did the Falcon run. Anyway, what do you call it? So this was cool. There's this kid named Quinn who turns out that he lives in New Orleans. And this is after Katrina and after a meteor shower that seems to have fallen, and it gave some people superpowers. Cool, man. So it's like, devil comes and then God comes. Is that actually the way it works? Don't know. But that's my take on it. It's like you got the good, you got the bad. You take the good, you take the bad, and there you have the facts of life. Is that right? That's how it goes, right? Anyhow, so what do you call it? Miss Garrity doesn't show up in this particular issue. Sorry, old reference. But what we do have is this kid who is named Quincy, who's already been really smart. He's trying to do a home security thing for his home, so for his house, so that his family can see if some other great emergency is going to swing by. So that's cool. He's going to have like a computerized spider sense. I don't know if it's going to be portable for him, but it's definitely going to be something that he could build in a base, because there are a bunch of superheroes all around. One of them, she can flash light. Another one, I think he could just fly. I don't know what a lot of these superheroes can do, but there's apparently a lot of them. And this is New Orleans. And unfortunately, you do have a bunch of bad cops out there, and God forbid certain people want to collect and gather and protest something or just whatever, and all of a sudden the cops are going to look for any old reason to break it up as violently as possible. You saw the image, on there if you were reading this comic book. Here's some, what do you call it? A couple of people get in a gathering, and they had more cops than they had people there, and these cops were, again, like fully armored, helmets and the shields on and all that stuff, and like, dude, who needs all that stuff, man? Who needs to come out looking like the Tin Man from freaking, no, worse than the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz, talking about, well, there's some regular people here, they just want to talk. Like, at one point, the one cop is chasing Quincy because he threw a rock at the dude's helmet, because he was like, he's trying to hurt people. He's physically hurting people. So the cop, what's he do? He takes off his helmet to start chasing after this kid, after Quincy. That tells me right there that you're not really afraid. You're not really afraid. So you don't need all that stuff. Just, man, you have a police presence, and it just gets bad. And I like that was shown in this. And it didn't have to be discussed. I can discuss it, but they could just show it in here. Just let people be people, man. Stop assuming everything's going to turn bad. But I liked that his superpower, yeah, Quincy actually has a superpower. He's invulnerable. Now, how invulnerable is he? I don't know. I don't actually know. What do you call it? He can't be hurt, at least not from the outside. So maybe on the inside, maybe he'd like, swallow a toothpick and get, his esophagus punctured. I don't know. But at least from the outside, he's even immune to being shot, which he had to find out the hard way. Yeah. Again, this is rough, man. Anyway, so he's being recruited to be a superhero. He's got to find it within, and he's got to be selfless. He's got to actually be a true-to-life superhero. And he's got to figure out what that means from scratch, with a little help from his friends, from his new friends, but his new clique, his new tribe, so to speak, as his father would put it. But I'm liking this. This looks like a great start to the beginning of a new superhero world, If all he can do is be bulletproof, that's actually pretty good. But he can still be captured. He can still be overpowered. He doesn't have super strength. You know what I'm saying? And he's still afraid to use his power, so to speak, or to release it. It's like a guy who can't be hurt. You'd figure that means he would turn around and just start wailing on people if they started pushing him around. But no, he just looks at it as, well, they can't actually hurt me anyway, so it's not a big deal, but I'm afraid to actually fight back. And he's got to find a way to fight back. The psychology and the social aspect of this, specifically because of the time and location of the comic book, this kind of feels like one of those situations where it's like all the stars are just aligning, the planets and the stars and all that. And if I were the type of person who believed in astrology, I would say that's what's happening here. This is a really good book, just from issue 1. Just from issue 1. Issue 2 could turn around and just completely scrap it, right? I don't know. But for right now, I'm digging on issue 1, and I'm hoping that I can catch when issue 2 comes out, because I would like to read and review that one also, Really good stuff. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.